Hello everyone, welcome back to Lubelska Dolina for episode 3 of the Adventures of Feldkorp. And here we are everyone, welcome back. It's just gone 8 o'clock in the morning here, and we've got a busy day ahead of us right now. We have an appointment up at the Ursus headquarters at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And we've been talking with the family about how to proceed in terms of getting new equipment and fields and whatnot, because obviously we do need to make money, and one of the best ways to do that, besides contracts, is actually growing and selling your crops, of course. So we've had a look around at the local land real estate office, whatever you call them out here. The land office, I guess, something like that. Anyway, so we had a look at the map, and essentially there's a handful of small fields we could afford. One of them way down here is field 21, which, as it turns out, already has a crop in it, which I did not notice earlier. I think that might be soybean. Let's have a quick look. Yes, that is soybean. So yeah, field 21 was an option. That is... how much is that? It's only 23 grand, but it is really, really tiny. I mean, we're looking at 1/4 of a hectare on that parcel of land there. And the thing is, the field itself on there is not very big, so we may have to plough it out a bit. The next option we had up here was field 15. Now this one costs a little bit more, that's 45 grand even. And it does have a pretty good yield, you can see there on the left of the field info. It's a decent soil sort of spread. But the problem with that is the field itself is like half the size of the plot. So we then have to buy a plough and spread it out, maybe clear a few trees, all that sort of thing. Which, generally speaking, wouldn't be a bad thing, but right now we don't have the money for that. So pretty much our only option is field 14 here. And as you can see on the field info there, it's not the best. It's actually not the worst one on the map though. There are some that have, I think it was 80% expected yield, which is pretty terrible. And silty clay is like one of the worst soil types in the game as well. So essentially we are going to buy this field. Our money has dropped a bit because the loan interest payment came out again, so we're down to just under 35 now, 35 grand. But we are going to pick up this field now, even though it's a fairly terrible yield. If we buy this, then at least we can start throwing some crops in the ground. And we get the soil sampling done as well quick, so we know what we've got to work with. But if we pop in, let's actually start here. Let's hop over here and grab the little Unitrack. And I believe, if I remember correctly, the people from Feldkorp, not Feldkorp, that's, well, yes, Feldkorp, but the people that were over here from Feldspar Geology left us the soil sampler down in the little shed on the down by the store. So we'll head down there quick and pick that up, and then come back and sample these fields. Now another thing we are going to have to do is most likely get a lime spreader, because as bad as this field is, we want to get as much good done to it as possible. So let's have a look. Ah yes, there it is. They popped it in the little shed there for us. So it's back over there and connect up to that. Now I have had a look around in the online shop there, and there is one fairly cheap lime spreader that we may be able to get, which if we can find a used one, it should cost us about 4.5 grand. So it's pretty much the money that we've got left is what it would cost us, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? So what we're going to do obviously is work on some more contracts today too. So let's pop the map here and start getting these soil samples done. Now again, it's not the biggest field in the world, but hopefully No, that's not, there we go, open. Hopefully, if we can at least get something out of this, we can get a bit of money coming in. So, of course the soil samples are going to cost money as well. Wrong button. Lower it down. And there we go. Let's get this done. And luckily it's not too bad. Yes, it's only going to take 2, which is fine. In fact, we're probably going to snag 13 with a little bit of data there. I don't know if we'll actually get data on that, because it's not our field. But who knows, we'll see. So we'll get these 2 done and sent off. And we've still got a few hours before the meeting. What we can do is most likely take a bus over there at, I want to say, about 12:30. There's a local bus that stops by near here, so we'll get that, and we'll send these off here now. Hopefully that's not going to cost us an arm and a leg, but it probably will, considering we don't have much to work with. Okay. Oh, that wasn't too bad, that was only 200, so that's fairly good. Now we just need to drop this off somewhere. That's where the cedar is. Yeah, we can pop it over here by the field bin for now, since we're not going to need that either. Actually, if we shove it right in this little corner here, actually no, because when those doors open, they'll probably clonk it. Yeah, we'll just pop it here for now. So, drop this off, and let's check the soil sample map here now. Yep, it is, as expected, entirely silty clay. pH is... that's actually not terrible. That's about 6, I'm guessing. Oh, 6 1/4. That's not bad, I don't think. Okay, well that's interesting. And nitrogen-wise, not the best. I'm not sure how much nitrogen we're going to need for rye. Because I'm thinking we're probably going to put rye in, because we have a little bit of a window for planting a few things here. I'll check the seasons menu in just a second now, so let's have a look at the field info. Oh, it says the pH is bad. Okay. So it does have to, probably because it's silty clay, it has to be all the way up to 7, so we are going to need a lime spreader. Okay, not a problem, not a problem. Let's have a quick look at the online store menu. Now, the one that I'm thinking we're going to go for is the Sipma one, because it is a Polish brand, which is pretty good, fairly recent, like the last 20 years, I think they've been around. But yeah, so if we're to buy it brand new, it's going to be just under 6 grand. If they can source a used one for us, that'll be 42.54, which we can afford, but then we wouldn't be able to afford the lime to put in it, which is unfortunate. So what we are going to do is take a quick look at the contracts now and see. Ooh, yes, we can get. Well, we've got one that we need to finish now, actually. That is wheat on field 19 just next to us. So I think what we are going to do is accept the contract for field 1, get that on the list, and also, let's see, try 20 and 21 are just along from us again as well, and they actually have, they want lucerne in them, which we can do with our planter, which is slightly wider, so we're going to get both of those as well. Okay, well, first things first, go get the cedar. So yeah, if we can get this seeding contract done before we need to leave to do the, to catch the bus for Ursus, then what we can do is get one of the family here to just run around the field with the lime spreader, and they'll be able to just do that while we're away, so that'll save us a bit of a job when we get back. Oh, I need that weight as well. So yeah, now because of the whole agreement with the bank, we can't generally hire workers from around the local area here, but we can obviously use the resources that we've got, which is going to be Yannick, Clara and Alexander. Obviously they'll need to have at least one person around to look after the kids, but that gives us 2 potential workers to get on with some things as we need them. Now obviously we've only got this one vehicle at the moment too, but I'm hoping Ursus is going to be able to help us out with that. So yeah, we're pretty limited on what we can and can't do, so for the most part we're doing it ourselves. So we are going to fill up on seed here. Again, thanks to that friend of Yannick, we can at least get some pretty cheap seed from here. So we should open that. And one thing we have been doing too of late, or since the last contract we did, yeah, we've got rid of the straw out of the back of the Unitrack there, and if we fill it with seeds, then while we are planting, the seeder will actually use what's in the back of this, which is really handy. So we'll make use of that, and then when we're finished, whatever's left we've been popping out into the little container we've got over here. It's a reusable pallet from the Quiet Hitman catalogue, I believe that one is. Very handy. Just get it popped in there, and then we can come back and refill from it as needed. But for now, I figure we'll buy some more. That way we can get a leg up on things. And you know, I suppose depending on how long this first contract takes, we could always leave one of the family running with. Oh no, I need to go up the other road. Doing one of these contracts while we're gone. That wouldn't be a bad thing necessarily. So we can look at that. It really just depends on how long it takes to get all these things done. Because sometimes these jobs are not the quickest. And have I gone the wrong way again? I think I have. I have. I don't think we can get through to field 19 from here, can we? No, I should have gone up the other way. Okay, well... yeah. Let's cut across our field, because at least we own this field now. So we can cut across it, and hopefully there's a tiny patch of grass we can run up the side here. Oh, it's got trees on it. Rude. Okay, yeah, because we don't want to roll over the other person's field here, because we'll take a small hit on the money for destroying their, well, property, I suppose. They don't have a crop at the moment. But yeah, so let's head on over to field 19, get that started, and get underway with this. Yeah, okay, so field 19 is just up here on the left past this grass field. Should be this one, I believe. So let's check the map just for safety and what we need to put in it. So yeah, we need to pop in the old wheat, and yep, we are on the corner of field 19. Alright, well, let's get this mission underway. We shall have a little time lapse, I think. Hopefully I've got everything connected now, so we can... yes. This time I did have it all plugged in. Hooray. Alright, well, I'll catch up with you all in a little bit here. last little patch of this field here, and we got a call from the store just a little bit ago. They have managed to find us one of those Sigma lime spreaders, used one, just up the way in a couple of towns over. So they're going to get it transported over to here. We're going to pay them shortly for it. So the money will go down a little bit, and we'll be able to pick that up hopefully later on today, which is definitely a good thing, because that means we'll be able to get our newly acquired tiny field underway. So we're going to head back to the farm now and pick up the planter so we can do these other two contracts. In fact, before we do that, let's just complete this one here. Collect on that. It's another close to 5 grand. So yeah, 20 and 21 are Lucerne. I'm hoping we've got enough seeds in the bed on this Unitrack to cover all of that, because I'm thinking Lucerne is kind of like grass, so with any luck it won't take a lot of seed. So yeah, we're just going to head back to the farm and pick up that, and then start with these next 2 contracts. And with any luck we may be able to get those done before 1 o'clock. Well, we'll have to leave here about 12:30, so we'll keep an eye on that, and if we can, then we'll get one of the family to work on that bigger sowing contract up at Field 1, so they can be carrying on with that while we're gone, hopefully securing something from Ursus, some sort of assistance and or support. So yeah, let's head back in here. Drop the cedar off just in here for now, out of the way. Pick up that planter and carry on. Next to the one we just finished. So yeah, let's see how this Lucerne goes down. Bit of a judder getting started, but we are off. And this time we get to go above the other field, down that cliff. But yeah, look at these rolling fields. It's really nice terrain around here. Very fluid. It's nice to not have like a completely flat field. I know, you know, obviously that's a lot easier on the machinery and sometimes the workers, but yeah, it's just nice to have some sort of texture in the fields that you're working on, and plus all the terrain and you know, trees and angles of things, they help a lot too. But anyway, I shall get whimsical on the time lapse here, so we shall catch up with you all in a little while. That's embarrassing, that is. I do believe we've run out of petrol. Ah. Oh no! That's unfortunate, that is. Okay, well, oops. Luckily, we have a store not too far away down here, so I'm gonna have to run over and grab a jerry can full of petrol and come back. So yeah, I shall see you guys here in just a moment. Once we get to the store, I'll pick that up and then come back over here. But yeah, that doesn't happen often, does it? I don't know, does it? Yeah, I guess because it's it's our unit track we've been running for a while since we got here, and hadn't actually stopped to fill her up again. So I guess it had to happen sometime. But yeah, so oops. Okay, here we are, just coming around the corner into the store. God, that was a bit of a run, that. Now, I guess the exercise doesn't hurt. Okay, so let's have a look here under pallets. There it is. Diesel canister. We shall buy that and pick it up. Okay, where is it now? Ah, here it is. We shall grab that and start the journey back to the Unitrack. Okay. Let's be careful not to drop this. The last thing we need is to spill it on the way back. Okay. And off we go. Oh, now that's just lovely, that is. Almost back, and it starts raining. Thanks very much, Mother Nature. Well done, you. Well, I guess that's what we get, isn't it? We run out of petrol, and then we get rained on. At least we're almost back now, so we can fill her up and hopefully finish this contract. We've got about an hour before we have to head off for the Ursus meeting there, so if we're quick we can get this finished, I hope. But there is a field next to us as well that will also need to be done, so well, we shall see how it goes. Okay. Let's see, where's the fuel intake at? Just here. Okay, pop that there. Oh, well, okay, wasn't quite how I'd hoped it would go. Okay, let's pop it there. Back in, and fill her up. There we go. Must remember to go and find the local petrol station. I'm pretty sure it's not too far from here. Hopefully we can still finish seeding in the rain. Yes, we can. Splendid. Okay, I shall continue on with this, and we shall catch up again shortly. Okay, so we've completed one of the sewing contracts over there for the Lucerne, so we are going to collect on that, and we left Clara working on the Field 21 contract there, which is perfect. Unfortunately it is really chucking it down with the rain, but we've got somewhere to be, so we're just going to leg it out of the farm here and over and hop in the bus. Make sure there's no traffic coming. Okay, yeah, we're lucky it's still running in the rain, so we are going to head off to Lublin now, to the city of Lublin, to check in with the Ursus guys for this meeting, and we shall catch up with you again in a little while, or maybe a long while. We shall have to see. back at the farm now. We got back from Ursus just a second ago, and on the way back we got a text from Clara to say that they've finished up in field 1, and she should be on her way back pretty soon now. So we'll just head up towards the farm, and it's been an interesting meeting. Sadly, Ursus couldn't actually help us directly, mostly because of the agreements that we've made with the banks in terms of leasing and everything. Which, you know, it's kind of unsurprising. Here comes Clara now. That's perfect timing. We'll just let her get in quick. But yeah, so Ursus, basically they couldn't help us. They did, or at least not directly, they did say that they'd have a check and put like the word out that we are looking for a small, fairly cheap tractor. So hopefully we'll hear back from them sometime soon, or one of the local stores maybe. And we also had a chat with them about a sort of offer or request from Mr. Seeley P. He's also looking at getting an Ursus over there in Ukraine. They did have a very interesting proposal for him. It's to do with the cooperation sort of deal thing that they did with the armor track manufacturers. So what they have for him is an offer on a demonstration model, I guess you could call it, of the C3130 Comfort tractor, which is basically the equivalent of an armor track 1104. And they've actually got one out in the Ukraine right now in one of the armor track dealerships over there. So we've got some handy information for him about that, so that's cool. Also, on the way out, one of the lovely ladies at the front desk handed us a news article. It was a very interesting read on the way back in the bus there. And essentially what it was saying was about a sort of partnership between the Ministry of Agriculture here in Poland and Ursus. And it's to do with sort of the retooling of Poland and developing their agriculture. So it looks like we may be able to get our hands on some sort of used VStRuk equipment, which could be very handy. So we'll have to put the word out to the local store, see if they can find us something. Probably not immediately, because we don't have anything to harvest, but there's a few other odds and ends they might be able to get for us, or put us in contact with someone that's selling something. So we'll see how we go there. And in terms of what we've got here to do now, we have the contract there that we can collect from field 1. So let's do that now. That'll get us a little bit of extra money in. And now I did also pick up a fertilizing contract, which is very handy. There's a couple more here that we are going to need to get on with. So that'll be some quick and easy money, I think. So we'll also accept that one, and accept that one, and in fact let's just accept all of them. So I'm going to have a busy day doing a lot of these fertilizing contracts. Yeah, so let's get the seeder put away here, and the weight off the front, get the sprayers attached, and we can carry on with those. But I suspect that might be for another episode. Yeah, it helps if I actually lower the seeder down first. Don't it? Doesn't it? Yeah, so we shall carry on with this fertilising, get that sorted out for probably the next episode, like I say, because we've got quite a lot of contracts to be going on with, and obviously you probably don't want to be watching every single field that I drive around in spraying with fertiliser, but yeah, we'll get on with that. We'll catch up next time. So if everybody's enjoyed whatever this was today, then please give us a like, and if you'd like to see more of this craziness, then by all means hit the subscribe button there. Comments are always welcome, and sharing this video would be greatly appreciated. So with that, I shall leave you all until next time. Cheerio, everyone.